And welcome
to Nightmare Nation,
a paranormal-themed podcast where we talk about haunted places around the world.
And scary things.
And demons.
And seances.
And ghosts. Man, it's
wow, I'm not on top of my game today.
We usually get at least like 4 or 5 out before we start blanking.
My brain just stopped.
It's okay. I mean, it's Friday.
Whoa, baby.
I mean,
holy bananas.
Yeah, my brain's already totally done for the week.
Yep.
I'm just
we have my little baby here. We're recording in my closet again.
We don't have any pictures of your cats anywhere on our social media.
We're just gonna do this right quick if he sits here nicely for a hot second. He wants something to do with it.
He's like, fucking let go of me.
Whatever, it's fine. So yeah, this is our podcast. We just talk about scary things.
Yeah, we do. If it's scary, haunted, if there's a demon possession that has taken place, if a cult has been there, or, really anything terrifying, scary, horrible.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
We want to tell you all the facts about it.
Yes, we do.
And scare your pants off. And just allow you to enjoy the craziness that is the afterlife.
And also our ridiculous friendship, because we also typically go on giant rants and tangents for at least half of the episode.
Yes, which makes it so enjoyable, because I know you all love our rants.
I mean, if you don't love them, you should probably just turn this off right now.
Yeah.
Because we don't even want you here.
Exactly.
Just kidding.
Even though
stay.
You keep coming back and listening, so we're obviously doing a good job.
Yes,
so it's
obviously.
Fine. Obviously.
Yes.
Please excuse me. Just moving my hamper so I have a backrest.
We're getting comfy in Anna's closet right now.
Back in my closet.
It's a blast.
Because Annie forgot the podcasting equipment when we hung out last week.
Yes, I did.
She gets to be stuck at my house again.
I mean, it's pretty terrible.
It's awful.
I have to deal with your cats, and you know how much I hate cats.
You hate cats.
I really
with all
hate
3 of them.
That's why I have 3 of them in my house all the time, so I can just feel the burning hatred of cats.
Yep, I know.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yep,
whatever.
Yeah. So, Did you watch any? Oh, tell everyone about what you discovered today on TV.
I have a free app on my TV. It's called Watch Free.
And it's free.
And it's got all sorts of different channels on it, which is super cool. And one freaking channel, Forensic Files, all day, every day, past 2 days. That is all I have been watching.
That's all the channel plays. Forensic Files.
Just murder.
So great.
In my life.
We just love the horrible things to be a part of all day, every day.
Because it's just some of the episodes are crazy. And you think, there was one yesterday. It was this lady got murdered in where she works. And they had like some sort of restoration company. And she had a business partner. So she was found the next morning, bludgeoned to death.
Oh, God.
In their little office building. And someone was driving over a bridge and saw a black bag over the ice, and this was during the winter. Mm-hmm. Cops were like, oh, that's weird. So they dug it out.
It's a body.
They took it out, and it was like a coat with gloves and a hammer. All had blood on it.
Oh, God.
And it was all the stuff that was used in the murder for this lady. And so it happens that like her business partner ended up killing her, stuffed everything into this bag, and was going to throw it over the bridge in hopes that it would land in the water and sink. But
except
for some reason, it's frozen, and the only frozen part of the river at that time, he got it on the ice block. And it was in the middle of the river, so he couldn't go back out and grab it.
It was literally the only part of the river that was frozen?
Yeah.
That's bad luck.
And that's like the only evidence that essentially got the murderer.
That is so fucking funny. And I'm really glad he got caught, but like, can you imagine tossing that and being like, shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like, you're just fucked, because they're obviously going to find it. It's not going to melt in time. And
yeah.
Just some of these people are just idiots.
I feel like you kind of need to go for, if you're going to be stupid about disposing the evidence, you need to go for like strangulation or something that doesn't require a weapon or blood or anything else, like something that will be relatively clean and doesn't require a lot of disposal if you're not going to frickin' do it properly.
Exactly.
Not that I'm recommending murdering people by strangulation. Please don't do that, and do not frickin' quote me as your justification for doing it.
Yeah, don't do that. There was one which I found forensic science, I think, is just the coolest thing in the world.
It is cool.
So this guy decided to murder his wife because he found someone better who lived down in Nicaragua, and they were having wedding plans and this and that.
Okay. So therefore your wife deserves to die.
Yes.
You can't just divorce her.
Exactly.
Okay.
So he smashed up a bunch of sleeping pills into her drink, gave it to her that night, and was hoping that the sleeping pills would kill her and she'd overdose. Mm-hmm. But he set an alarm at 3 a.m. to wake up and, like, essentially, I think, dispose of the body or, like, call the police and be like, oh my God, my wife is dead. But then she wasn't dead. She didn't overdose, and he didn't like that. So he took a plastic bag and shoved it over her face and suffocated her to death. So then in the morning, he staged it as she was doing laundry. She had taken sleeping pills and then passed out. And somehow the laundry bag got stuck on her face, and so that's how she suffocated.
That seems highly improbable.
Yep. And so the only evidence that they got to prove that she didn't kill herself was that they took the plastic bag and put it in, like, this chamber, and they used some sort of gas that sticks to any face oils or, like, skin oils. And then you can see you can find, like, fingerprints, facial impressions, and that sort of thing. So when they did that, they found one spot that was in an oval that looked like a face. Mm-hmm. So they recreated the test, and this volunteered to, like, have different pressures on their face and tested to see, like, what the oil marks were going to be. So they tested it 6 different times with 6 different pressures, and she decided she didn't want to do it anymore by the 6th one because the pressure was just too great on her face, and so she was getting
sounds stressful.
Yeah. And then came to be that the same impression that they tested on the 6th try was the same thing that they found on the bag that was laying right next to her. So they were able to prove that he killed her because the plastic bag.
The amount of pressure that was formed by that imprint was far stronger than anything if she had just, like, fallen asleep on it. Okay.
Yep.
That is super fascinating. I didn't even know they could do that kind of, like, forensic testing.
It's so cool.
That's really freaking cool.
Just everything with forensics.
Science, man. Science is
Seriously,
the shit.
it's just so neat.
That is cool.
And then they had one episode.
Keep them coming.
And it was the episode for the Netflix series I told you, the staircase one.
Yeah.
With the guy who was put on trial for shoving his wife down the stairs.
Innocent.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But then after watching that, I'm like, oh.
Forensic
some
Files
of
have
the
a
stuff
different
they
take.
didn't put in the show on Netflix.
See?
Like, the oldest son was at the house, and he had moved out of the house and typically isn't there, but he was there at 2:30 and didn't like his stepmom because she was taking time away from his dad. Mm-hmm. So it could have been the son.
See,
and he acted weird when they were questioning him.
Yeah, or he knew about it and was lying.
Right.
See, like, as cool as documentaries are, you can never be certain that they're telling every detail of the story and don't have some sort of agenda in mind. Like, not that documentaries are trying to be impartial on purpose, but, like, how do you know? Like,
exactly.
If, and maybe what they think is irrelevant is actually highly relevant to the story, and suspicious.
It was quite interesting,
fascinating. So you've been on a binge.
I've been on a binge of murder.
Cool.
It's really fun.
We've just been binging Channel Zero and other horror movies. I'm gonna put in another freaking recommendation for that show because it's real good.
Is that one with the tooth thing?
Yeah. It's so creepy. And it's
gross.
so well done. And shit has escalated. And it's a very well done TV show.
I gotta get on this
real
TV
good.
show.
It's
what
real
is
good.
it on again?
I thought it was through Shudder, but I don't.
Okay.
I think it
sounds
through,
right.
I feel like you get it through Shudder, and we got our Shudder subscription through Amazon Prime. But
cool.
I mistakenly said it was a Shudder original, and it's not.
Oh.
I can't remember who produced it, but it's really good.
Oh, because I think we might have Shudder now. There was something that got uploaded onto our TV.
Oh, sweet. I mean, you have to pay. It's like $6 a month, but I think you can do like a free 30-day trial, I think.
Oh, cool.
So do it and binge it. It's only 6 episodes in season 1. So, Anna, can you tell us where we're going tonight for our haunted location?
Oh, I would love to tell you.
Tell me right now.
we're here to actually tell you about haunted places, not just go on rants about shit.
And TV shows and movies mostly?
Yes. We're taking you to New York City.
New York.
I don't think we've been to New York yet.
We have not, which is kind of amazing given how old it is and all the history.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
That's weird.
Crazy pants.
But we are taking you to One If by Land, Two If by Sea.
Which is a restaurant.
It's a restaurant, you guys.
I want to go eat at a haunted restaurant.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
This place is gorgeous. It's so romantic. I want to go. I'm going to have to attempt a course Ben into going to New York City.
For like anniversary or something.
Yeah. Because I love New York City.
And then you can also go to the Wine and Food Festival, which is every fall in New York City.
That sounds perfect.
Food Network goes there and does a big thing.
Great. I want to go.
Anders said he looked into tickets one time because he was going to surprise me, and he's like, they're really expensive. And I was like, God damn it, I want to go to the Wine and Food Festival so bad. It depends on what events you sign up for. They have like different packages, but it's like a lot.
Oh.
Like at least, I want to say it's like $600 or $700 per person. Not including airfare.
No. I will take my wine from Target for $10.
Yes, please. I mean, it's like a whole
Jesus.
weekend thing, but still.
Fuck.
But still.
No.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
But yeah, who doesn't want to eat at a haunted restaurant?
Yeah.
And to your point, so romantic.
Seriously.
I think they said
perfect.
they got like more proposals there than any other restaurant in New York City.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like they said like on average once per night someone gets proposed to there.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well.
Or maybe I made that up. I'm pretty sure they said once per night there's a proposal.
That's crazy.
So,
I mean, it's beautiful,
It's
so why
real
not?
classy, guys. It's gorgeous.
So if you haven't noticed by now, this place is a fine dining restaurant.
What? I thought they served cheeseburgers and fries.
No, they don't. They're super fancy.
Oh.
And it is located at 17 Barrow Street in the West Village of the New York City, Manhattan borough.
Sweet.
I don't know what any of that means.
Well, like Manhattan, Queens, the Bronx, like all the different cities, like
is that what
sub-cities
a
of New
borough
York. I
is?
think so. They're like the big neighborhood chunks.
Big neighborhood chunks. All right.
It's pretty clear that I'm very knowledgeable about New York City.
Yes.
Those neighborhood chunks.
So the restaurant operates inside of a historic carriage house that was built in 1767.
That's so old.
I know. It's so
love it.
old. And it was purchased by Aaron Burr in
Aaron
1794.
Burr.
And I was like, oh man, who's Aaron Burr? Who is this guy? And I looked him up. I was like, oh.
You clearly haven't seen Hamilton.
No, I haven't.
Because if you have seen Hamilton, you fucking know who Aaron Burr is.
And that's what I was wondering. I was like, I wonder if Hamilton is based off of what happened between these two guys.
Yes, ma'am.
So, if you guys are not fluent in your history.
Fluent. I don't speak history.
Aaron Burr was an American politician and lawyer, and he was one of the founding fathers.
Sure was.
Who would have fucking thunk it? I did not make that connection when I was doing my research. So he served as the third vice president of the U.S. during Thomas Jefferson's first term. During his time as the Attorney General of the state of New York, he housed his coach and horses in the carriage house. During his political career, Aaron made an enemy, particularly one by the name of, can you guess?
Alexander Hamilton. You're waiting in the wings for you. You've never seen that
Nope,
musical?
I've never seen it.
It's so good.
I have not. Hamilton was quoted in an Albany newspaper saying, quote, a dangerous man who ought not to be trusted with the reins of the government, end quote.
About Aaron.
About Aaron, yes. Aaron was furious with the comments that came right after he lost the election for governor of New York. So Aaron believed that because of Hamilton's insults and comments, some of the comments that were said and rumors that went around were questioning his closeness with his daughter, and people thought that he had a relationship with his daughter after his wife died.
Like
relations.
that kind of relationship.
Yes.
Not like a normal father-daughter relationship.
Like a incest grossness.
Not Theodosia, I'm assuming. It's Theodosia. There's a really great song in the musical called Dear Theodosia. But anyway.
So because of these comments, it led him to lose the election and ended his political career. So on July 11th, 1804, Aaron met Hamilton in a duel.
A duel.
In Weehawken.
Yeah.
Weehawken, New Jersey. That was really bad.
You're fine. I think it's because duels were legal in New Jersey and they weren't in New York.
That's so weird.
They imply that in the musical.
That's so strange.
Yeah.
I hate you. I want a duel.
I want to shoot you in the face.
God.
What a terrible custom. I'm glad that went away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, because of this duel, it ended Hamilton's life and led to the downfall of Aaron's powerful political career and where he lost the carriage house.
Oh no, they took his house away?
They took it.
Oh no.
And thus started everything else that this place has been. So, there was a tunnel that is said to be under the house that leads in a straight line from Hudson Street, which used to be the shore of the river. So it goes from Hudson Street to the carriage house. And so the tunnel is said to, no one really knows for sure what it was used for when the house was first built.
Human trafficking.
Probably.
Probably not. Seems like what all the tunnels are used for.
That or trying to get in illegal substances and things because it was right by the shore. So like every other tunnel we've talked about.
Makes sense. And it was built right before the revolution. So maybe it was a way to like smuggle stuff, contraband.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. But the tunnel is barrel vaulted, which is extrusion of a single curve along a given distance. So it looks essentially just like a corridor.
Okay.
It's like you got straight sides and then goes up in a curve on the ceiling.
Vaulted.
Yeah.
Got it.
It looks really cool.
Got it.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Let's go live in a tunnel.
Yes. That sounds perfect.
A historic tunnel.
We can go live in the one in Portland.
Yes.
And
Except for that one would be so scary.
Yeah. It's perfect.
This one's probably
what
a nice tunnel.
Okay?
I don't want a haunted tunnel. I want a nice tunnel.
So the tunnel has a similar look of the 18th century military construction. It is entirely stone-lined, brick-roofed, and appears to be the same brick and stone as the carriage house and barn.
It has a brick roof?
It does.
Oh, it's like a real fancy tunnel.
It's super fancy.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they gotta keep it up.
I mean, you see what I mean? I want the nice tunnel, not the creepy, dank, dripping, human trafficking tunnel of Portland.
No, you get that one.
No, I don't want that one. God damn it, Anna, I don't want it.
Always get what you want. Sorry.
You can't
always get what you want.
Need. Is it not?
I don't know. It probably is. I'm not well versed in that song.
Okay.
So the tunnel later on down the road was used by the Underground Railroad for fugitive slaves to get to the carriage house as one stop on the road to Canada and freedom.
That's awesome.
But no one knows who actually built the tunnel either.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Oh.
It's just a mystery tunnel.
Okay.
It's just hanging out underneath the carriage house.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be pretty sweet. So then a firehouse was built next door, and the carriage house was used as a stable and engine house. And the rooms were then used to house the firemen. And then in 1890, the city authorities sold the carriage house, and the new owner turned it into a brothel, and it was a
brothel?
discreet one.
Oh, okay. It's like a classy brothel.
Classy brothel.
Oh,
because
okay.
that area, after it was turned into a firehouse, I was reading, I think it was after that, was when that area started becoming beaten down and just a non-wealthy section
rundown
anymore.
part of town.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they didn't want to have the firehouse there anymore, so why not turn it into a brothel?
Yeah, it's no rundown part of town is complete without a brothel.
Exactly. It's perfect.
Yeah.
So in 1910, the building was used as a silent movie house.
Cool. I love
it. The first movie theaters. And then as the 20th century progressed, the carriage house became a bar, a restaurant, a bar again, and then another restaurant.
Oh, it's going back and forth.
Yeah, and they can't decide what they actually want for this carriage house.
How about a bar and restaurant? Make it both.
No. One or the other.
Oh, bummer.
That's all you get.
That was my genius plan to stop the constant fighting and wars between restaurants and bars.
Oh, but guess what it is now?
A restaurant?
No, restaurant.
Restaurants fucking
Stayed
win.
a restaurant. I mean, everybody loves food.
I do love food.
You know. In 1970, it was purchased by the current owners today, and they spent several years restoring the house. And during their restoration, I found this super cool. They found all sorts of things in the walls, including coins, handmade horseshoes, and antique bottles dating back to the early 1800s.
Oh my god, I want to find stuff in my walls.
Yeah, that'd be so freaking cool.
I never will because my house was built in like 2003.
Yeah.
But that's so fucking cool. I'd be like, I found a horseshoe in the wall.
Sweet.
How did it get there? Who puts a horseshoe in a wall?
Shoving them down the vents.
I guess so. That's amazing. Like perfectly preserved in time treasures like that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Guys, if you've ever found something really interesting in your wall, please
Let
tell
us know.
us.
Because it's so cool.
That's so cool.
Gosh, be so neat. They also found an original hitching post that was uncovered, and it's still visible in the present bar area.
Oh, neat.
Right? That'd be so cool. So once the restoration was complete, the building was transformed into what is known today as 1 if by land, 2 if by sea.
That's a really peculiar restaurant name. Do you know why they picked that?
I have no clue.
It's very long.
It is, and it doesn't make any sense.
Not really.
And I don't know.
You like sent me, you're like, hey, why don't we do 1 if by land? And I like didn't realize at first you were telling me the name of a location. I was just like, did Anna break? Because you're like, hey, why don't we do 1 if by land, 2 if by sea? And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, that's the name of the restaurant. Okay. It like took me a full like 3 minutes to figure out what you were talking about.
Anna's going crazy.
She's crazy.
That's fine. So the decor features candlelit tables, 2 fireplaces, and a baby grand piano.
I want to play it.
So you can go play it.
Oh,
It'd
yes.
be perfect.
I bet they let just anyone wander in and play it.
Probably.
Okay.
You could get paid a lot for playing during dinner rush.
Probs.
Yeah. And
Yep.
you get all the tips. Mm-hmm. You want to go move to New York?
Yeah, I'm going to strike it big as a restaurant bar
Perfect.
piano person.
Pianist?
Pianist.
Pianist. Perfect.
Everyone in freaking elementary school would tease me because they would be like, what are you going to be when you grow up? I'm like, I want to be a pianist. And they're like, huh, you want to be a penis? I'm like, it's not a fucking penis, you dumbass kids. It's a pianist.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Penises are
you
funny.
want to be a penis and you grow up? I'm like, no, you're going to be a fucking penis when you grow up.
Come at me, brah.
Asshole.
Gosh. So do you want to know what their signature dish is?
Yes, please.
Their signature dish is a beef Wellington.
Oh, I've
beef
never
Wellington
had one.
is delicious.
I've literally never had one.
You don't know what beef Wellington is? They use, I believe it's beef tenderloin and a little steak. They wrap in, Jesus.
Puff pastry?
Yeah, puff pastry.
They put a mushroom
bacon.
duxelle
Yes.
around the meat.
Woo!
And then usually some kind of mustard.
Oh, they use mustard?
Yeah, I feel
that.
like in most recipes I've seen, there's like the beef and then the mushroom duxelle and then some sort of mustard and then the puff pastry and then you bake it.
Yep. It's quite tasty.
Delicious.
I had it at my cousin's wedding.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was delicious.
Yeah, I've never
So
had
good.
it, but I've seen it made a lot on MasterChef, and I really want to try it sometime.
Well, we can go to New York City and
Yes.
go try out some beef
maybe
Wellington.
instead of taking tips or payment for piano, I'll just play for a while, and then we get to eat for free.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That sounds perfect.
Great.
You get to eat whatever we want.
Yes.
Yes.
I will take 5 beef Wellingtons, please.
Perfect.
Okay.
And of course, it is often cited as the most romantic restaurant in New York City. So, if you're looking to, propose to a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a friend,
Whoever.
whoever
A cat.
you choose, you want to marry, maybe yourself, maybe you just want to propose to yourself.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's
You
good
go.
to love yourself.
You go.
Be committed to loving yourself.
Yes,
And
go
go
there.
do it at the restaurant.
Yep.
You and 900 other people
Yes.
who go do it every day.
It's very romantic.
Very romantic. If we hadn't landed that yet, it's very romantic.
It's so romantic.
But while it's also very romantic,
You tell me.
guess what?
Oh.
It's also very haunted.
So haunted.
Such haunted.
So excited.
My sources are ny.eater.com, nyghost.com, guestofagest.com, and Wikipedia.
Holy buckets.
What are
thanks.
your sources,
Oh,
Anna?
My sources, because I forgot, are Wiki and oneifbyland.com.
Let me guess. That's the restaurant's website.
Oh, it sure is.
Also, I'm Annie. What's
Hey,
up?
I'm Anna.
Hey, what's up?
It's us.
So, 1 if by land... It's us. It took my brain a second to register that. So, 1 if by land, 2 if by sea is listed as being one of the top 5 most haunted places in New York.
Ooh.
So
wow.
I feel like that's the first
She's
time
haunted.
I feel like it's the first time we've heard it be listed as like one of the top 5 and like in the state versus
Yeah,
like the
it's-
number 1 most haunted in the entire freaking
Yeah,
world.
that's exciting.
So thanks for being like humble.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like honest about your level of hauntedness. I appreciate
We
that.
appreciate it.
Yeah, quit making us look like fools when we say everywhere is the most haunted place in the world.
Because then that just discredits us.
Right, it makes
just
us look
can't believe
bad.
us.
I know. I mean, a lot of other things also make us look bad because
Yes.
the fact that we're incompetent, but it's fine. So, a parapsychologist who visited the restaurant.
Parapsychologist.
Oh, yeah. And guess what?
What?
They believe that there are between 20 and 25 different ghosts
Whoa, baby!
active in the building.
Oh, that's a lot.
It is a lot. They are all believed to be from different time periods.
Oh.
And he believes that they are all aware of each other.
What?
Which is
Wow!
freaking crazy. Like,
That's so cool.
I've never heard of that. Like, other ghosts being like, hey, I know that ghost over there.
Yeah.
What up, ghost?
They
Like,
just got like a friendship circle going on.
right. They'll
I want
just
to be
like,
part of a ghost friendship circle.
me too. Especially when we can haunt a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
after hours.
I need all the food.
We can bust into the bar fridge and like eat all the leftovers.
Let go.
Like,
Party time.
I just can't wrap my head around the fact that like the ghosts aren't just like in their own individual little universe. They're just
Right.
like, hey, what up, buddy?
That's
I don't
so
know.
weird.
It's crazy.
Huh.
Unfortunately, most of the spirits are generally not friendly towards diners and staff, although
Rude.
some of the staff think that the ghosts are just big pranksters and don't actually have any malicious intent.
Oh, that's my place to be then.
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Oh,
Food, alcohol, and pranksters.
what could be
What
better
could be
than
better?
that? Oh,
Did I just
shit.
describe your heaven?
That is perfect.
Or is it
It's my heaven,
so
friends.
dumb. Okay. One host at the restaurant actually quit after, quote, being shoved up and down the stairs every night by invisible hands, which is a little aggressive.
A little bit.
And other staff have also quit because they were spooked by all of the after-hours things they had experienced. Roseanne Martino, who was general manager back in 2011, I don't know if she still is or where she is now, but the article is from 2011. She says that, yes, the restaurant is absolutely haunted. She said, quote, I've had experiences, inexplicable experiences.
Ooh, we're using big words tonight.
Oh, yeah. I've been here for 8 years, and I have seen a lot.
Did she specify?
She goes on to specify.
Are you just gonna be just
I was
general
pausing
shit?
for dramatic
Okay.
effect.
Okay.
Common reports of paranormal activity include picture frames tilting and rotating by themselves,
Perfect.
machinery activating when no one else is around, strange
Like,
draft.
what kind of machinery? Like
Probably like stuff in the kitchen, restaurant
Okay.
stuff, ovens, maybe.
Blenders.
Just picturing being alone in the restaurant and just this like going in the background, like super freaking loud. Yeah, I don't know, just machinery.
just machines.
I feel like machinery is a weird word choice. Wouldn't you use like appliances?
Yes, because machinery, I think of like drills and
Like
presses.
Yeah, I'm
and
picturing like pulleys
Yeah.
and like small like
engines going
yeah,
on.
right. Like a conveyor belt,
Yeah.
just like
That's how you get your food
yeah,
served you on a conveyor belt.
Oh, that's classy.
Super romantic.
Yeah, that's the most romantic thing I can think of when I'm
Yes,
eating dinner.
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't know. Generic machinery, I'm not really sure. Strange drafts and gusts of wind, particularly in the bar area, as well as the earrings of women sitting at the bar going missing and disappearing without any explanation.
From their ears?
Yes, ma'am. Just one earring will just suddenly be gone. They'll look and be like, "What the hell? My earring's gone."
Wouldn't you feel that?
I don't know. Maybe the ghosts are extra stealthy.
Oh, I want to be a stealthy ghost.
Yeah, because how else do you sneak up and prank people if you're not
Exactly.
stealthy?
Gosh.
Some patrons have even reported ghosts trying to pull their chairs out from under them while sitting at their table. You fucking assholes.
I love that so much.
I know you do.
shit.
Okay. People have also reported flying plates, flickering lights, paintings and pictures going missing, and staff members occasionally being pushed by unseen forces, which I've already alluded to. So Roseanne, the general manager, explained that some of the waiters have actually attempted to serve dinner to entities who have been sensed sitting at tables. They're like,
really?
They're like, I kind of feel like something's here. Should we try to make it happy and serve it dinner?
Like,
I don't know.
Do they see someone sitting at the table and they serve it? Or is it just like a feeling like they feel someone there that may be evil and they just want to try and...
I'm not sure if they actually saw anything or just like sensed a presence. I'm not entirely sure.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and there was no more details on like what they did after they served dinner, if anything happened. I just know that they were serving dinner to the ghosts.
Huh.
Which is cool.
I mean, you gotta appease them sometimes so they don't, like, just annihilate you every night when you're working.
Right, or, like, chase away all of your customers by freaking pulling their chairs out from under them like a bunch of douchebags.
Right?
So another manager at the restaurant, Kirk Adair, once described the restaurant like the forest. Quote, "You know there are creatures around you, but you don't necessarily see them. Maybe out of the corner of your eye, but for the most part, they remain hidden."
Ooh, that's deep.
So they don't see a lot of these ghosts that are sensed there. Like, sometimes they make themselves known, but people generally, like, feel a lot of unusual things as well without seeing ghosts sometimes. Some have even said that Mr. Aaron Burr himself haunts the establishment.
You
which,
go, Aaron.
Of course, makes sense because, you know, it used to be his house.
Right.
So he's by far the most famous ghost to haunt the place, and his spirit is said to enjoy throwing and breaking plates.
He's just so pissed at Hamilton.
A freaking douche.
Okay. He's
even
mad.
in the afterlife, he's just like, "Oh, Hamilton," breaking plates. Like, that's gotta be expensive. You're just trying to, like, manage your restaurant and ghosts are breaking shit on you.
Gosh.
That's so mean.
I wonder what their expense bill is like.
I don't know.
Shit.
Burr's daughter, Theodosia, is also rumored to haunt the restaurant after her ship, the Patriot, mysteriously disappeared on her way to visit her father in New York. So no one actually knows what happened to her ship. Some think it was ransacked by pirates. Some think that it might have, like, sunk in some bad weather and is in the bottom of the bay. No one really knows, which is sort of like...
So did she die?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, her and, like, everyone on her ship, like, disappeared, never came back because their ship vanished while it was en route to another place.
Wow.
So, I mean, technically, she could have maybe survived and lived out her days anonymously somewhere else, but as far as they know, she never made it to her destination. The ship was never found. Everyone presumed her to be dead.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. And that's kind of one of the things I love about that time. As happy as I am to not be living in it, I kind of love the idea that, like, stuff like that can happen and, like, no one fucking knows what happened. Like, you don't have, like, tracking technology where you can, like, trace the GPS of the ship and figure out, like, oh, well, they crashed right here. Like, I love that there's just that, like, mystery.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now you can find anybody anywhere.
Yeah, it's a little scary sometimes. Yep. But anyway, so Theodosia died somehow. Regardless of how she died somehow.
She is dead
She
now.
is indeed dead. Unless she's
gone.
real freaking old.
I mean, it's a possibility.
And her spirit has been reported to wander through the building, particularly up and down the stairs. And a lot of people believe that she's the one responsible for stealing the earrings.
She just wants to be fancy, okay,
She wants to be sparkly and pretty.
Just let her be fancy.
Just let her have her moment.
Seriously.
There are also stories of a woman who dresses in a black gown. Go figure. It's freaking black.
But it's black, not white.
True, but I feel like black is almost as common as, like, a lady in white.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Who has been seen walking down the staircase, but never up. People believe that she broke her neck falling down the stairs after tripping on her dress.
Oh, no!
Which is so unfortunate.
So unfortunate.
Like, you weren't
That
pushed,
poor
you weren't
lady.
murdered, she just fucking tripped and ate it in the worst possible way.
That would be me.
It's a good thing you never wear dresses.
I know.
She just freaking ate it down the
God.
stairs.
I was terrified I was going to eat it down the stairs at my wedding.
I was...
Oh my gosh, I was nervous.
So when Anders and I did our first dance, you know, it was, like, choreographed, and we had, like, a lift in there where he like picked, I don't know if you remember, but he like picked me up and kind of like swirled me around a little bit. Well, we had never practiced it in my dress because I didn't want him to see my dress. So we did our first look at our wedding was me walking down the aisle.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not going to practice this dance in my dress because I don't want him to see it. But I knew at the same time I was taking a really big risk in that we had to do this dance and he had to pick me up and twirl me around like in this dress. And I'm like, oh my God, if I step on my dress as I'm going into this lift, I am going to eat it so hard during my first dance. And I was so fucking nervous about falling or like him getting his foot caught in my dress. And I was like, oh my God, it's going to go terribly. And
it went perfect.
It went perfectly.
It was
but
so good.
I was very, very nervous. So, yes, this poor woman got really, really unlucky and tripped and died. And this was confirmed by a psychic. So the story, I don't know if the psychic came and told the story and then people spread the story, or if it came first and then the psychic confirmed it. I don't really know. But the whole idea is that she can never go back up the stairs in her afterlife. So she's always seen going down but never up because she fell down the stairs.
Poor baby. She's just continuously dying in her afterlife.
I know. Well, she's like walking down in the afterlife, but she just can't go back up.
Oh.
She's like,
poor thing.
Cows? What is it? Like,
God. No, respect the dead woman. Jesus.
No, isn't there like an animal that can go down the stairs but can't go back up them?
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure it's cows.
I didn't mean it like that.
Okay, so there's been lots of like speculation, like a lot of animals can go up but not downstairs. I got it backwards.
Okay.
And so apparently cows typically will not go downstairs unless you like force them to. And then they can, but they like will not do it unless you absolutely make them do it. So that's what I was thinking of, where they can go up, and because there was always people like laughing about how funny it was that like, oh, well, if you make a cow go up some stairs and it's trapped forever because it can't go back down the stairs or whatever. I swear I didn't make it up. It's a thing.
Thank you, Google.
It's a thing. Thank you, Google. Okay, so no, she's not a cow. She just has problems with stairs.
She's just a cow.
She just has cow problems.
It's
Okay.
fine.
She has that cow syndrome thing, that you get.
Mad cow disease?
As one does. No, not that one. The cow stare disease.
Cow stare disease.
Okay. So she's often seen in her black dress and tends to disappear when she gets to the bottom of the stairs. So she'll just kind of like meander down and then go poof at the bottom. Yep. There's also an entity who inhabits the office that a psychic once claimed to have had a personal encounter with. So someone just like found this ghost that apparently likes to hang out in the office. I didn't really find any details on exactly what happened. But other psychics also say that there is a ghost who is believed to be the spirit of a Ziegfeld Follies girl. So I had to look that up because I was like, I don't know what that is. So Ziegfeld Follies was a series of elaborate theatrical productions on Broadway in New York.
Oh.
So they believe that one of the performing girls also haunts the establishment for some reason.
Oh, that's cool.
And the staff actually light candles for her spirit.
Oh, that's
Isn't that cute?
nice.
That's so sweet.
Gosh, look at them.
There's a couple of other nameless but frequently reported spirits. One is that of a man who likes to hang out by the fireplace. One that frequently wanders in and out through the front door. Just kind of walking around, going in and out.
Hanging out.
Can't make up his mind.
Doing whatever he wants to. It's fine.
And the ghost of a blacksmith.
Oh,
So
that's exciting.
yeah, I don't know why he's there or what he's doing. Maybe
He's just there.
yeah.
Just hanging out.
Why not?
He wants to make horseshoes.
Yes,
the
as one
horses.
does
Yes.
in the afterlife.
Yeah.
So if
Especially
you're not
if
busy,
you're a blacksmith, I mean, come on.
well, sure.
That's probably all you did.
Maybe he was the one that crafted the horseshoe that got stuck in the wall, and that's why his
Yeah.
spirit is trapped
Yeah.
there.
They gotta dig it out so he can go.
Yeah, he's like,
can
I'm
leave.
fucking anchored to this horseshoe, and you didn't freaking take it out. It's just in the wall, and I'm stuck here until it's gone.
Exactly.
That would be really frustrating.
awful.
Yeah.
Terrible.
So
friends,
those are the main hauntings of One If by Land, Two If by Sea.
go check it out in New York City.
A deliciously haunted
I
location.
see what you did there.
Just see what I did there.
It's a restaurant.
Yes.
In case you didn't get that.
And apparently the food is delicious.
Yeah.
So, but it's
Get
also haunted, so it's deliciously haunted.
Yes.
Do you get it now?
Uh-huh.
Okay, don't make me explain it again.
Do you want to explain it again?
No, please. I don't.
Well, friends,
Friends.
it is cult
Nope.
craft
Nope.
craft cocktail cult
There
time.
it is. It's that time. That time that you know what it is. That one time.
That one. Uh-huh.
The time at the end of the episode that's always just a lot of...
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are taking down the bourbon whiskey route tonight
Delicious.
with one of my all-time favorite beverages.
And actually, it just occurred to me how fitting it is that we're doing this beverage, given how old and historic our location is.
That's perfect.
Right?
Oh my gosh, you guys. We're making an old-fashioned.
Which is literally so perfect for
Literally.
our old-fashioned historic restaurant.
Yes. I love old-fashions.
They are so good.
We have J. Carver Distillery in Waconia, one of my favorite distillers.
I love that place.
In the area. Their spirits are absolutely phenomenal. So good.
If you're a Minnesota native or live anywhere in the Twin Cities, you need to go there ASAP.
They do cocktail classes.
Yeah, they do.
So Ben and I went to our very first cocktail class a couple years ago, and they made an old-fashioned. And I'd never heard of an old-fashioned. I had no idea what it was. I drank it, and I was like, holy shit, this is delicious.
Game changer.
Whoa.
Oh, baby.
It's so simple. I love whiskey. I love bourbon. I love scotch. I like all the dark liquors. They're just delicious. They have so much flavor to it.
Yeah.
And so it's just delicious. It's just so good. So your old-fashioned, friends, is you're going to have a lowball glass. And when I say lowball, it's like one of those little short, fat glasses.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a stubby juice glass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then technically your ice cube is one big giant cube. Mm-hmm. Like a big cube or like a circle ice chunk. You can use regular ice if you want to.
But
it's fine.
Not if you're being super classy.
Yeah. So to be super classy, you need to have the big ice chunk. Yep. You put that in your lowball glass. And then you pour 2 ounces of your favorite whiskey, bourbon, rye, scotch, whatever you want. So we're not shaking. We're not doing anything fancy.
No.
This next step, please, I beg of you.
Anna's very particular about this.
Do not use sugar. Do not use a sugar cube.
If you find a recipe that tells you to dump a freaking sugar cube in your drink, run the
Don't!
other direction.
Please, for the love of God, don't make your old-fashioned like that. Just don't make simple syrup.
Do make simple syrup.
Make simple syrup.
Yes.
Please.
It sounded like you said don't make simple syrup.
No.
Please do make simple syrup.
Make simple syrup.
It is 1,000 times better.
Oh my gosh, you're not going to get... Because when you make it with sugar, it doesn't dissolve. And then you get the granules on the bottom, and it's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, and the simple syrup also adds, honestly, it adds a nice textural. It makes it a little bit, like, smoother, I feel like, because you're adding, like, a syrupy component versus just straight sugar that's then like partially dissolving in your beverage.
Exactly.
And it doesn't have the same texture.
No.
Consistency, I should say.
What's nice is with your simple syrup, you can make different
infusions.
Fuller infusioned simple syrups.
Yeah, which I think we've talked about before. Just like dump whatever aromatics or like seasoning flavors you want in there. And
exactly.
Bam.
Yeah. So please use simple syrup.
If you use a sugar cube, that's fine, but we don't want to know about it.
I don't want
to see it.
Please
I don't want to
tell
hear
me.
about it.
Please don't.
No,
just
keep it to yourself.
Simple syrup. Okay? I had the worst old-fashioned one time. I'm going to go on a rant real quick.
Okay.
They took an orange slice.
Oh, God. Like
a maraschino cherry and sugar. And they muddled it in the glass.
What the fuck?
Yep.
What in the fuck?
Yep. And
what
then
in the fuck?
Poured the whiskey on top. And then use regular...
Wait, they muddled it first and then poured whiskey on top?
Yeah. It was terrible.
You can't just take the components of something and then just smash it together in a bowl and call it... That'd be like trying to cook like a beautiful like beef Wellington. And you're like, well, I took puff pastry and beef and mushrooms and I smashed it all together in a bowl. And it didn't turn out. I can't imagine why. I'm like, well, because you didn't fucking follow the recipe.
It was disgusting.
Ew.
So please don't do that.
So where are we at with our recipe? Okay. We have 2 ounces of whiskey over
you have
ice.
Your lowball glass. You have your ice. 2 ounces of whiskey in there. 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. You're going to take a bar spoon, which is the tall little skinny spoon, or you can just use a regular spoon if you're not that fancy.
But we're being fancy, so...
We're being fancy.
Yeah.
So use your bar spoon and spin your mixture for like 15 seconds. But you do that because it dilutes... What am I trying to say?
It like tempers the flavor.
Yes,
it makes it like less bitey and like burny.
Yes.
And I don't really know why it does
the
that.
Alcohol
or
down. It essentially like waters down the taste.
Yeah. But like not like it doesn't make
but
it
not
like
a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't actually taste watered down. You're essentially just like making it burn slightly less.
Yes. Exactly.
Yep.
So after you do that, you're going to take Angostura bitters, which is like an orange bitter. They're really delicious.
They're
delicious. You could really use any bitters. They've got all sorts of different bitters that you can use. And you'll put 2 to 3 dashes in there. And you can swish her around. And then you're going to take a orange peel. I was going to say orange juice peel. I was like,
nope,
that doesn't
you don't
make
want
sense.
an orange juice peel. I don't know what that is, and I don't want it in my drink.
An orange peel, you're going to express the oils in your peel over top of your beverage. you're going to take that peel and you're going to rub the oils around the outside of your rim, and then you are going to drop that peel into your beverage.
Which I think is exactly the technique we talked about with the French 75.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And then you are going to top with a Luxardo cherry.
What is that? Oh.
It's a fancy cherry.
Not a maraschino cherry.
I mean, you can use a maraschino cherry, but
Yeah.
we're getting fancy, and Luxardo cherries are absolutely delicious.
What's the difference?
It's got a different base to it. Luxardo.
My absolute favorite part of an old fashioned is getting to the very bottom and having that like delicious whiskey soaked cherry that just has been like infused with all the whiskey flavor. It's so good.
It's delicious. So Luxardo maraschino cherries are sour Marasca cherries that are candied and steeped in syrup made of cherry juice and sugar. They're really good.
So they're like a specific type of maraschino cherry.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And they're delicious. And
Yum.
you plop her in, and then you enjoy your delicious old fashioned.
We hope you enjoyed this very educational, informational, and lengthy cocktail recipe.
Because you shall not mess around with the old fashioned.
Thou shall not use sugar cubes.
Please. Please don't. That gets me fired up.
Friends, if you make this recipe, let us know.
Let us know.
Also, if you have ever experienced anything paranormal or scary or ghost related or have been to any of the places we've talked about on the podcast, that's extra fun.
We want to know.
We want to know.
Okay.
Send them in to nightmarenation@gmail.com if you've got any stories worth sharing.
Nightmare Nation 19.
Did I not say 19?
Nope.
nightmarenation19@gmail.com.
Got it.
Yep.
Or check us out on the social media. We have Facebook, Nightmare_Nation19. We have Instagram, Nightmare.Nation19. And we are on the YouTube.
So friends, come enjoy beverages and scary things with us.
Yes, because that's what we love. And so we want to share our love with you.
Yes, indeed. Also, please make sure that you're not being stupid and doing seances with Ouija boards.
Yeah, don't do that.
Do not do that.
That's
for
dumb.
the love of God.
That's really stupid.
That's like basically only second to using sugar cubes in an old fashioned.
It pretty much is.
That one obviously comes first, but then the second rule of life is also don't use a Ouija board.
Don't do it. Please be safe, okay? I don't want you guys to be haunted by demons or, get attacked by some entity you can't see, because that's just not cool.
But if you have been, please tell us about it.
Oh, let us know, though, okay? Because we want to know.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Until next time, friends.
Okay, bye.
Bye.